Hey everybody, I hope everybody's day is going well. And with that said, you're now tuned into Difficult People Chronicles. I'm Seriously Focused Johnnie. Today's episode is called Watchmen. Watchmen are people in companies or your personal life that are in position to watch you. On the job, they talk loud, calling you out. They bring up your past, providing you let them know about your business. They ask a lot of questions, trying to dig for information. They bring up your errors on your assignments, and they report false information to whomever. These people are hidden haters, hidden enemies, and those are people that you don't know that they're a hater or an enemy, but they pose as your friend or someone that seems like they have a kind, loving heart. They could be bosses, supervisors, co-workers, friends, and enemies, families, etc. The question is, what is their motive? Their motive is to report, whether it be to uncover your business, discredit your character, make you lose your position, take the attention off of them so they can do something unethical. I'm gonna give you an example. A lot of times when I meet with my clients, I often ask them if I can talk about their situation, even though I am not going to tell their names. So here's the situation. You have Cheryl, Stacy, and Bob. Bob is Stacy's boss, and Bob hires Cheryl. It's a small company. Now, Cheryl is possibly related to Bob. She is hired to watch Stacy. So the question is why? Well, Cheryl doesn't have the experience that Stacy has. Cheryl does not act like Stacy. She doesn't walk like her, talk like her, dress like her, move like her, and she's not professional. So Stacy takes Cheryl under her wing. Why? Because at one time she was going on vacation, and she trained Cheryl, and Cheryl learned the job. Now Cheryl doesn't have the certifications that Stacy has. So what has happened is Stacy is notorious for sometimes coming in late, and I would say like 10 minutes, I was told, 15 minutes or whatever late. Within that time, Cheryl always calls her out on being late. As soon as she walks through the door, she talks loud. "Oh girl, you late. What did you do last night?" And Stacy gets annoyed. She started to talk amongst people on the floor, bringing up Stacy's past because Stacy informed her on her personal business. Once Stacy started to pull back and look at the friendship a little differently, Cheryl started asking her a lot of questions, and always in her face. Then she started to bring up her errors on her work, minor errors. And they say certain things go a long way. Well, the errors that Stacy made floated through the office, and it was the talk of the floor. Cheryl now reports false information about Stacy. So what I explained to Stacy is that what it appears to me is that this person was a hidden hater or hidden enemy. We don't know which one. But for me, what I gather is that, me personally, what I feel like is it could be she's trying to take her job, or she's jealous of her because now she knows how to do her job. And she's too eager to fill in when Stacy is out. I told Stacy that she made a lot of errors. Number one, I know sometimes we all have habits because I do it sometimes. Like if I know that I'm calling out next week or the week after, I will inform a coworker of mine. I'll say, look, especially if their work is attached to mine, and I'll say, look, next week I'm not coming in. I've done it with people that I've worked with where if they needed something from me on a Monday and I know that I wasn't going to be out on Monday, I would tell them give it to me exactly on Friday so I could get it prepared, and I tell them where to find it so it'll be available for Monday. I told Stacy, I said, the key thing is, what is her motive? What she is a watchman. She's reporting information. But the question is to whom and why. She uncovered your business because you told her, and now she's trying to tear down your character. The question is she trying to make you lose position, or is she just doing it because she's jealous of you? Or is she doing it to take the attention off of her because she wants to do something unethical? I'm going to tell you another situation. I know a woman who was working on this job, and at one time, one of her staff members was watching her. The boss over her said, I want you to hire this person because X, Y, and Z. So she did, even though she didn't want to. And I told the person, a lot of times when you hire people that know your boss, it doesn't always work out well, because when you want to tell the boss about how this person is not productive, lazy, talk too much, or they just come to work late, anything. It's always that you're overreacting or you should deal with it. And then you have a hard time writing the person up or firing them. And then if you go to HR, you look at being blackballed by your boss. So I told this person that. So I was telling Stacy the story. I said, suggestion. She says, she's looking for another job. And I said, okay, cool. I said, but while you're there, because you haven't found a job yet, here's something you should think about going forward. And this is something I want to share with you all. When you go for positions, you have to go in with the mindset of, I'm just going to do this job. You don't go in with people in your personal business, and this eliminates gossip. You keep your life private. For me, I'm gonna tell you, I don't have no plaques on the wall. I don't have my degrees, certifications. I do not have pictures of my family at all. What I have on the wall sometimes is quotes. Like I'll print out a quote if somebody pissed me off, and I'll put up a quote and it might say something like, you pissed me off. I make things a lot easier for myself, because the only person, like I told Stacy, you could get mad at is yourself. I said, while you're there, what I've seen worked is mirroring the Watchman, but in a professional manner. She says, I don't want to play games with people. I said, in life, let's be clear, we all don't want to play games. But sometimes life is like a game of chess. It's either you're going to win or lose. I said, while you're there, you better pick your position. Like I said, you can either mirror the person, but do it in a professional way. So when she comes in the door late, you can say, oh, wow, look at you. You can say something like, looking all glowy and sunshiny. When I walked in, it was like 8:30, and I didn't realize. So I decided to check back at 9 o'clock, but then you weren't there. When did you come in? Yeah. Or one of the things that I do, like when I had a watchman, I cornered the person in the kitchen. The person was pouring coffee. I walked up to her and I was like, oh, so how was your weekend? How's the kids? How's this? How's that? How? She couldn't take it. She grabbed her coffee and cut out. Yep. Or you could try both. And I said, if none of those options work, the last option would be keep your mouth shut. And that's what you should have did from the beginning. I said, one of the things you got to think about is that some of it is your fault. This is what I said to Stacy. It's your fault that you thought she was your friend because you're at your job to do a job. The other fault that you have to brush up on is coming to work on time. If you're at work on time, she has nothing to report. And you have to stop telling people your business. And when she asks questions, you could just be direct. What do you want to know that for? Because a lot of times, watchmen, when you start to, what I say, put up the gate and lock them on the outside, they could only watch you from a distance. And a lot of times, they can't see everything. So they play victim. And they'll say things like, oh, I remember we used to be cool and now we don't speak. Yeah. And next time you go on vacation, make sure that try to see if your work is done in a way that you don't need the person to cover for you. Start to observe your area and pay attention to some people, because some people is a watchman. They'll try to tear down your character. They try to uncover your business. They try to report your errors. They will try to take the attention off of them because maybe they come in late or they do something they're not supposed to be doing. But whatever it is, they're watching you because you're the guinea pig. So that's the message for you all today. Later.